And can I say this to the person that's in my DM and say, Rose, you better make better moves and end up like Mayweather? First and foremost, do you actually believe Floyd Mayweather is broke? Do you? Do you? Let me make this clear right now.
Money Mayweather has money problems. He owes the IRS, he owes car dealers, he's pawning jewelry. A guy who's made hundreds of millions of dollars in his career is somehow running out of money. And now he's suing everyone, claiming he's owed.
The relationship between 50 Cent and Floyd Mayweather has never exactly been quiet. For years, they've traded shots, jokes, and public messages that always get people talking. So when another Instagram post surfaced, fans weren't shocked at all.
I just said this a few times in my DM. Do I believe Mayweather broke? No. No. Please don't listen to the rumors. Lil' bro is worth way more money than you can imagine. Any of your articles, whatever they coming with. That's Ricky. You know, I'm popping money shit, so y'all got a few questions of other people too, but I'm just saying, y'all should stop the nonsense. Big homie got, and not only that, how much paper Mayweather done made, it's how much more money he gon' get. He gon' get. He is still the face of boxing. Talk about it.
Step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money gone.
So the money's really gone?
Yeah, that's what you think. It's fight, get the money, spend the money, fight.
All that money?
And it took, it's been 2 years.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like with the lifestyle, that money is gone, trust me. Now it's like, call him, he'll be at your, your local host in a nightclub, because you need that action right now.
I know for a fact Floyd Mayweather not broke because Ricky Rose would give and put $50 million up to Floyd Mayweather, $50 million up to Gervonta Davis, a.k.a. Tank, and I will book the Hard Rock Stadium myself. If Mayweather needed that 50, we can make that happen today.
Just Google Floyd's name and the IRS. All the news is out there. He owes jewelers money. There's back paid rent for real estate in New York. It's clear that he is now part of the no money team, which is very ironic.
He owes people lots of money. The IRS just leaned on him again, Fat Joe style, leaned back on.
Some looked at it as classic 50 trolling, while others believed there was a hidden message behind it. Either way, the internet immediately picked a side. As expected, the comments section turned into a full-blown debate. Supporters of 50 Cent laughed at the post, saying that's just how he operates, while Floyd's fans argued people were reading too much into it. Right in the middle of all that, Rick Ross stepped in to defend Mayweather, saying people need to stop believing every rumor they see online because headlines don't always tell the complete story. Ross insisted that when you're successful at Floyd's level, people are always looking for reasons to question your money or your lifestyle. According to him, social media has a habit of taking one rumor and turning it into a worldwide fact before anybody even knows what's really going on. His comments only poured more fuel on the fire, with fans posting clips, screenshots, and reactions across every major platform. Whether this ends up becoming another long-running exchange between these names or simply fades away after a few days is anybody's guess. But one thing never changes. Anytime 50 Cent, Floyd Mayweather, and Rick Ross are attached to the same trending topic, social media locks in immediately. Those three names together almost guarantee that people are going to pay attention. Rick Ross didn't stop after defending Floyd one time either. During one of his live streams, a follower warned him not to handle his finances the same way Floyd supposedly does. Instead of brushing the comment aside or ignoring it, Ross addressed it head-on and made it crystal clear that he doesn't buy the rumors claiming Mayweather is broke. Rich, y'all knowing this, the world's greatest _ talk to him, Ross. You already know this. Talk to us. We hell in that alkaline, and you know it. Feel me? I'm sending out a prayer for all you Raiders fans that pray. Ross made it clear he completely disagrees with the narrative that's been floating around online. But at the same time, reports have continued surfacing involving Floyd's finances. One report claimed the boxing legend allegedly wrote a bad check connected to a luxury watch worth around $200,000 adding even more attention to the conversation surrounding his financial situation. Legend Floyd Mayweather Jr. is facing another lawsuit, this time from a high-end Miami jeweler claiming he owes $1.375 million for luxury watches and chains. According to court filings, Mayweather allegedly purchased 27 watches and 15 chains totaling $1.675 million from AJ's Jewelry last August, but paid just $300,000. 5 checks reportedly bounced. The lawsuit follows other recent legal issues, including a New York claim alleging he owes $330,000 in unpaid rent on a Manhattan penthouse, along with a separate federal case in South Florida involving a reported $4 million jewelry dispute. The 50-0 former champion is scheduled to return to the ring in September for a rematch. Even with those reports making headlines, Ross wasn't convinced they proved Floyd was struggling financially. He questioned why so many people automatically assume somebody is broke simply because lawsuits or rumors appear online. In his opinion, social media repeats the same stories so many times that people eventually accept them as facts without ever seeing real proof. Ross argued that too many critics are speaking on Floyd's finances without actually knowing what's happened behind closed doors. He believes people outside the situation are making assumptions based on headlines instead of understanding how wealthy individuals actually move money, invest, and structure their businesses. According to Ross, there's a huge difference between internet gossip and reality. Let's get Ford back in pocket campaign that goes on where you know it's $300,000 chains being bought and buying a new Lamborghini and all these new things. And I'm sitting there going, yo, when you gonna give me the money? Because you'd already invested. Right, like when you give me your half of money back. But I ain't trying to press him because he just got out of jail, right? So it's like, let him. Cool as hell before you. Was that in the millions? Yeah. Okay. $6 a month with one of my new investments. I would be making $300 million a month. What investment is that in real estate? I'm heavy in real estate, even though I got a lot of cash. OPM, you don't always have to use your money. That's why it's very important for y'all to make sure y'all keep your. So you sitting there big, and I'm like, yo. So when we see the fighters are an asset in themselves, they are that talent regardless. You know. So I'm looking at him going, so ain't no pressure there. But I'm saying, when is he going to say he wants, to give me the other half of it? Well, I got to ask you for it, right? And then when are we talking over $2 million? It's about that. At that point, it was, investing. To strengthen his point, Ross explained that if Floyd ever needed a significant amount of money for a major investment or business opportunity, there are people within his network who could make that happen almost instantly. He described Mayweather as someone whose relationships and business connections still carry enormous influence, making it hard for him to believe the financial rumors circulating online. Ross also reminded people that Floyd's name alone still opens doors. Whether it's exhibitions, sponsorships, partnerships, or business opportunities, Mayweather continues to attract attention everywhere he goes. According to Ross, that's something critics overlook whenever they start pushing the narrative that Floyd has somehow fallen off financially. I just said this a few times in my DM. Do I believe Mayweather broke? No. Please don't listen to the rumors. Lil Bro is worthy way more money than you can imagine any of your articles, whatever they're coming with. That's Ricky. I'm popping money __. So y'all got a few questions of other people, too. But I'm just saying y'all should stop the nonsense big homie got. And not only that, how much paper Mayweather made, it's how much more money he going to get. He is still the face of boxing. Talk about it. Ross believes someone with Floyd's resume can still bring in major money whenever the right opportunity presents itself. That's why he says judging a celebrity's financial health based solely on rumors or viral posts is a mistake. His comments immediately sparked another wave of reactions, with fans debating whether he was defending a close friend or simply speaking facts. Some people agree with Ross completely, arguing that social media has become way too quick to label successful people as broke without any solid evidence. Others remain skeptical and said speculation will continue until more concrete information comes out. Before long, clips from Ross' livestream were everywhere, and the debate became even louder than before. With Ross standing firmly behind Mayweather, the conversation shifted. Instead of focusing only on the rumors themselves, People also began discussing whether Ross's defense actually changed public perception or whether internet speculation had already taken on a life of its own. That's when another familiar name entered the conversation: 50 Cent. As Rick Ross continued defending Floyd publicly, fans immediately connected it with 50 Cent's latest Instagram post. The contrast couldn't have been more obvious. Ross was trying to shut the rumors down, while 50 took the opportunity to joke about the entire situation in his usual sarcastic style. Social media instantly had another reason to keep the story trending. 50 wrote, "Damn, Champ WTF, if you need some money, just call me. We could have kept this from getting so messy. Now the Fed's looking for you. Love you, bro. I'm not mad at you no more. Call me. I'ma let you know. Take it like a player. You had a child from a sex worker. I mean, she a sex worker. Curtis, you so infatuated with my lifestyle." Ross has never hidden how he feels about 50 Cent either. Whenever their history comes up, he makes it clear there has never been a real friendship between them. Their rivalry has lasted for years, and Ross says there isn't much left to discuss because, in his eyes, nothing has really changed. Ross, the history with you and 50, is it better now? You guys now friends? Like, do you guys talk now, or is it still no relationship? Nah, homie, Washington, we've never been cool from day one. No. Ross continued by taking shots at 50's career, claiming he built everything on his own while suggesting 50 had help from major names throughout his rise in the music business. He even questioned 50's lifestyle, saying there wasn't much reason for him to compare himself because Ross believed his own accomplishments spoke for themselves. This is a big business you guys are a part of. You guys are two of the heavyweights in the business. I mean, what is that to talk about? A lot of things to talk about. History, the beef. What kind of history that he couldn't dress? That's all I used to tell him. Yo, you can't dress. You're not really getting no money. You don't own your masters. Eminem saved you. Dr. Dre saved you. All the big names. Ross did it himself. I came in through slip and slide. I had to build this myself. Ross kept the jokes going, even taking another shot at where he claimed 50 Cent lives, while downplaying some of 50's recent business success. When the conversation shifted to 50's hit Diddy documentary, Ross dismissed it, suggesting people were giving 50 far more credit than he actually deserved for project. And I'm not speaking down on him because he lives in a 2-bedroom apartment. But he lives in a 2-bedroom apartment. 2-bedroom. Catch the alley hoop now. Got to win by this _ apartment. Yes, he does. And if he does, what does that say about him? You're saying 50 lives in the 2? He just did a big documentary on Diddy that blew up. It was a #1 documentary for like weeks. They just use him. They'll put his name on there, give him $10K, and that's it. He don't own any of that. As expected, 50's Instagram post spread across Instagram and X within hours. Fans argued over whether he was simply trolling Floyd the way he always has, or whether he was intentionally adding more attention to the financial rumors. Considering the history between the two, plenty of people believe this was just another chapter in their ongoing online rivalry. The timing also made the entire situation more interesting. On one side, Rick Ross was publicly defending Floyd Mayweather and telling everyone not to believe internet speculation. On the other side, 50 Cent was making jokes and turning the same rumors into entertainment. Those two completely different approaches gave social media another debate that wasn't ending anytime soon. 'Cause Floyd me, we've been friends since 2002. There was a point where I'm looking at things and I'm going, yo, we kind of got the wrong messaging point because we say we got all the money in the world. We're going to burn it. We're going to get it again. So what? When you say change it, he goes, nah, you do that. He said something to me one time very simple. He said, what a prize fighter fight for? And I'm like, and he said, the prize. Don't nobody watch Floyd fight to see how amazing he is. They watch for the opportunity to see him lose because they don't like him. The crowd didn't waste any time reacting either. As soon as Floyd Mayweather appeared on the arena's big screen, boos immediately echoed throughout the building. It wasn't exactly surprising, because Floyd has always been one of those athletes who splits public opinion. Some admire everything he's accomplished, while others simply enjoy seeing him become the center of controversy. They don't like him because everything that he says is about money. It's nothing else. There's no values. There's no the people's champ like Ali was standing for the same things, right? The audience was standing for, he doesn't have any of that. It's just money. I take 30 watches with me. That moment instantly became another talking point online. The comments section filled up with people arguing over whether Floyd deserves that kind of reaction. Some agreed with Rick Ross, saying Mayweather has been unfairly criticized for years and that too many people are eager to believe negative stories. Others sided with 50 Cent, saying his post was exactly the kind of hilarious trolling fans expect every time Floyd starts trending. A lot of fans also pointed out that this isn't the first time 50 and Floyd have gone viral together. Their history is packed with memorable exchanges, public jokes, interviews, and social media shots that always seem to dominate headlines. Because of that, every new interaction between them feels less like an isolated moment and more like another chapter in a rivalry that's been entertaining people for years. As of now, there still hasn't been any verified proof confirming many of the financial rumors circulating across social media about Floyd Mayweather. But one thing is obvious. Rick Ross and 50 Cent chose two completely different ways to respond to the conversation. One defended Floyd, while the other leaned into the jokes, and together they made one of the week's biggest celebrity stories even bigger. While all that debate continued online, another clip involving 50 Cent started getting attention for a completely different reason. During the conversation, he spoke about one of his favorite hobbies, cutting the grass around his massive property. It might sound random, but the exchange quickly became popular because of how relaxed and down-to-earth the discussion was. Is it common knowledge that you mow your own lawn? I think everybody in Fayetteville, they kind of know when the weather's right, and they see that big tractor out there. You're mowing your lawn like a John Deere or something like that. One time for John Deere. The conversation only got funnier from there as 50 explained how serious he is about maintaining his property. Instead of hiring somebody every single time, he enjoys getting on his tractor himself. It wasn't about saving money. For him, it seemed more like something he genuinely enjoys doing whenever he has free time away from business. Look at it. What kind of cut his own grass? Why are you out there cutting your own grass? Got the one with the radio, the AC in it. I tended the windows. How many acres you mowing? Man, I'm not even sure now. I believe close to 400. When I go out and mow the lawn, I have the homies with me too. When someone jokingly suggested he was only doing it to avoid paying landscapers, 50 laughed it off. He explained that there are multiple tractors on the property, and whenever the biggest one comes out, everybody already knows who's driving it. That small story ended up showing a completely different side of him than the internet usually sees. You're trying to save money. You don't want to pay for the lawn to get cut. Huh? So, we got a bunch of other smaller tractors. So, when they see the big one out, they know that's the boss. Dude, that's the friendship I aspire to have. On the weekend, yo, what y'all doing? Yeah, let's cut the grass. To really understand why 50's Instagram post about Floyd exploded online, you have to remember where their relationship started. Believe it or not, these two weren't always taking shots at each other. There was a time when they were actually close friends, appearing together regularly, supporting one another publicly, and looking like they had a genuine bond. But over time, that friendship completely fell apart. What started as a close relationship eventually turned into one of the biggest celebrity feuds involving hip-hop and boxing. As the years passed, they traded insults through interviews, Instagram posts, videos, and public appearances. Every new disagreement seemed to create another headline, keeping fans invested in the drama. Is that back in the ring? I think it got to right now because the money gone. So, the money's really gone? Yeah, that's what you think? Fight, get the money, spend the money, fight. Those comments only added more fuel to the speculation surrounding Floyd's finances. Critics claimed he keeps returning for exhibition fights because he needs the money, while supporters argued that's simply what successful athletes do when there's still demand. The debate has continued for years, and every exhibition announcement seems to restart the same conversation all over again. Ross even suggested Floyd's lifestyle requires enormous spending, saying the boxing icon has always lived on a level that's difficult for most people to imagine, whether people agree or disagree with that opinion. It's become part of the larger discussion surrounding Mayweather's career whenever questions about his finances surface online. Despite all the rumors, Floyd has repeatedly pushed back against the criticism. He reminds people that boxing gave him an incredible career and that he still enjoys performing for fans around the world. He also points to the way he fought throughout his career, explaining that his defensive style allowed him to avoid taking unnecessary punishment and continue competing at a high level even today. You know, I gave this sport a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to get to this point. So, I'm very, very thankful for the support from people from all around the world, people from all walks of life. And I love going out displaying my skills and putting on the show for the people. I'm in great shape. I work out every day, and I really never took any abuse in the sport of boxing. Because of everything that's happened between them over the years, hardly anyone was surprised when 50 Cent decided to weigh in on the latest rumors surrounding Floyd. Fans have become so used to their back and forth that almost every headline involving one eventually leads people to wonder what the other is going to say next. Rick Ross also has a long and complicated history with 50 Cent, which made this entire situation even more entertaining for longtime fans. Those two have exchanged diss records, interviews, lawsuits, and social media insults for years. Their rivalry has lasted well over a decade, making it one of hip-hop's longest-running feuds. Cease and desist ain't never been nothing we've been big on in lawsuits. 50 Cent sued me before. We beat his ass, kicked him to sleep in court, sent him back home. He was poor when we pulled up his banking accounts. I felt bad for him. I really did. Of course, that wasn't the only financial controversy connected to 50 himself. During his bankruptcy case, people questioned why he kept posting pictures showing piles of cash while publicly claiming financial difficulties. Those images became a major talking point and were even brought up in court proceedings. You declared bankruptcy. You said you're out of money. And then you irritated the judge because you started posting all these pictures that seem to indicate you have a ton of money. Money sandwiches, cash in the refrigerator, cash tables. So why were you doing that? My audience doesn't understand the difference between Chapter 11 and Chapter 7. That history is exactly why Ross defending Floyd stood out so much. On one side, Ross was telling everyone to ignore the rumors and stop treating internet speculation like confirmed facts. On the other side, 50 was keeping the spotlight on the situation with sarcasm and jokes that spread across social media within minutes. The connection between Floyd Mayweather, Rick Ross, and 50 Cent goes back many years. Old friendships, broken relationships, rap beefs, business disputes, lawsuits, and nonstop trolling have kept these names linked together for more than a decade. That's why one live stream and one Instagram post were enough to dominate conversations across multiple platforms. Just when it looked like the discussion couldn't get any bigger, another headline started making the rounds. Reports began claiming that Floyd Mayweather's planned exhibition fight in Greece had been canceled. Several outlets connected the cancellation to ongoing legal matters, which immediately created another wave of speculation online. When something that we have involved, the best thing is to get the right people for this. At the same time, it's important to note that the exact reasons behind the reported cancellation have been widely debated, and not every claim circulating online has been independently confirmed. Even so, the story spread rapidly, giving critics another reason to question what was happening behind the scenes. Then another familiar name entered the conversation, Al Heyman. As social media users revisited Floyd's past business relationships, many began discussing Heyman, Floyd's longtime advisor and one of the driving forces behind Premier Boxing Champions, better known as PBC. Because Heyman has played such a major role in Mayweather's career, fans naturally started connecting those long-standing business relationships with the latest headlines, keeping the conversation alive even longer. Then 50 Cent found his way back into the conversation once again. This time, he reignited discussion around old allegations and a leaked audio recording that has been circulating across social media for years. As soon as those clips started resurfacing, fans immediately began connecting them to everything currently happening around Floyd Mayweather. While the recording has been discussed online for a long time, none of the claims tied to it have been proven as fact. In those online discussions, some commentators claimed there were disagreements behind the scenes involving Floyd and people who had worked closely with him throughout different stages of his career. Others suggested there were disputes over who truly deserved credit for the growth and success of PBC, with some believing Floyd publicly received recognition for accomplishments that were actually the result of a much larger team effort. Again, those remain long-standing allegations that have never been independently confirmed. As those old conversations resurfaced, many fans started revisiting the complicated history surrounding Floyd's inner business circle. Supporters argued that whenever someone reaches Mayweather's level of success, rumors naturally follow every lawsuit, business disagreement, or promotional issue. According to them, internet speculation often grows much faster than verified information, making it difficult to separate fact from fiction.